This is, from my perspective, the best market opportunity right now, because there are some sellers who are not able to pay their installments. The apartment square feet are much higher, but it also comes with much more convenience, as you have someone taking care of your full building. And in comparison to the villa and the townhouse, there's nobody who is going to clean your yard.
In Dubai today, the average price of a 3-bedroom townhouse or a villa is roughly around 3 to 4.5 million dirhams, depending mainly on the community, the developer, and whether the property is off plan already. What do you think of those prices, and why do you think there is so much demand for villa communities?
You're right. So there are different prices for different kinds of villa and townhouses, and it really depends on the developer and the location and where the townhouse or the villa is inside the community. So, for example, standalone corner villas have always a higher price than, for example, a middle townhouse. And yes, there's high demand for villas and townhouses because Dubai is a very young city, which means there are lots of young people coming, and now they all start to have families here in Dubai, and also a lot of families coming to Dubai and bringing their families with them, which means most of them, they would not go to apartment, they would go to a villa or a townhouse. And beside the villa and the townhouse, they have all the villa community as well, which they and their family can use in their daily life.
I've seen some villa communities that have apartments inside. What is the purpose of these, and who is actually buying in there?
Yes, so having apartment complexes in a villa community is a very specific concept, and those apartments are made for a specific kind of group of investors or end users. So, for example, when there's someone who wants to enjoy the villa community and all those amenities like the greenery, the gated community, but they don't want to have the hassle of a townhouse, so they don't want to have the maintenance or the space of a townhouse, then most of those people would go to apartment. And apartments have a high advantage because usually those apartments are in a very good location of the community. So, for example, they're facing the golf course, the park, or the lagoon, which you usually don't have in other areas of Dubai.
If you have 3 main options, buying directly from the developer, buying in the off-plan secondary market, or buying a ready unit, what is the smartest move right now?
Yes, exactly. So I made already one video about it. It's like the 3 different stairs we have in Dubai. So the first one is to buy property directly from the developer. So you have the full payment plan until handover, which is usually 3 to 4 years. The alternative is to buy a ready property, which means you need to make the full payment for the property, but you can rent it out immediately and you can have a good rental yield, or you can move in yourself. The alternative is we buy a property which is off-plan secondary market. So we enter the investment maybe 1 or 2 years after the construction started, which means we have a higher down payment because we need to pay all the installments which previously were due. And then we enter the payment plan and have the step-by-step installments until the handover. And this is, from my perspective, the best market opportunity right now, because there are some sellers who are not able to pay their installments, which means sometimes after 1 or after 2 years after the launch, which has been fully sold out, you have a chance to enter this project and you get pretty nice units for the same price as the original price previously. And the reason why we spoke about apartments inside of a villa community is because we right now have one of those opportunities available for sale, which is a unit directly at the lagoon. It's a low floor, so you have a beautiful open view to the lagoon, and you only need to pay 1 million dirhams down right now, which is approximately 250,000 euros, and then the last 1 million dirhams, so 250,000 euros, you can pay in installments until handover.
People usually see the crystal lagoons, the community centers, and the schools and get excited. But what is the reality of the service charges of an apartment inside a villa community? Does the apartment owner end up benefiting from the villa owner's lifestyle, or it's the opposite? When we see villa service charges and townhouse service charges, they're usually between 2 to 5 dirhams per square feet. And when we speak about apartments, we have approximately 20 dirhams per square feet.
which means the apartment square feet are much higher, but it also comes with much more convenience, as you have someone taking care of your full building. And in comparison to the villa and the townhouse, there's nobody who's going to clean your yard. For both, so for the villa and the townhouse in the villa community, and also the apartment in the villa community, they all can use the full amenities what the community is offering.
If I buy an apartment in a villa community, am I looking at a high monthly rent, or I am betting at the property's price doubling in 5 years? Which is the real play here?
That is an excellent question. So as I said, buying an apartment in a villa community is a very specific kind of investment. And here we are looking for something very conservative, which means those units are almost always rented out and there's a high end user market, but there's not so much capital appreciation. So if you are looking for investment which is going to be rented out always and has long-term tenants and later even end user demand, then the 2-bedroom is good for you. If you're looking for a higher capital appreciation, then maybe it's good to go for a different opportunity.
Some villa owners worry that adding apartment blocks will make the community too crowded. From a master planning perspective, how does a developer like Damak balance the exclusive villa vibe with high-density apartment living?
So when it comes to master communities like villa or townhouse communities, those are planned from the beginning. So from the beginning, it's clear what is going to be where. In most of the cases and most of the other developments, the apartment buildings, apartment complexes have a very specific location inside the building. So for example, they have a very premium view to the park or to the golf course or even to the lagoon, and they are not randomly put. So for example, close around the apartment complexes, there are going to be lots of restaurants, there are going to be a lot of supermarket, because that is a place where several people come together. So lots more commercial spaces have also space there. Looking for a real estate consultation? Get in touch.